Good evening, everyone. It's a delight to have you all here for the episode 15 of the Lady Baazigar series. Oprah Winfrey, a very famous TV host, claimed, "Think like a queen is not afraid to fail, and failure is a stepping stone to greatness." The literacy rate of women in India is only 65%. Ensuring that girls become educated is a multifaceted undertaking requiring community effort, parental engagement, and the ability to empower girls with the knowledge they need to keep themselves healthy and safe. Through this Lady Bazigar series, Project Korea aims at inspiring young girls to be educated and empowered. Now, I would like to brief you all about Sarkari and Project Korea. So, SarkariSchool.in is an initiative of the We Citizens Foundation, a think tank that provides platform to those who highlight the hard work of individuals in the field of school education, uplifting the future of younger generations and those who are not related to government or any other organization and but are still helping the neglected strata of the society. The basic aim is to recognize their efforts even if they are small, but there are still efforts and they are making a very large impact on the ground level, but they are still unheard by many. And we at Sarkari School help them to eradicate the dichotomy between the private and public education sectors and the neglected strata of the society that need attention. Coming to Project Gloria, inequality has been experienced worldwide since ages. Through it, though it has decreased over time, but still girls face many kinds of discrimination, be it education, and in education there are different sectors. So we still find very less number of girls in engineering or the STEM field. And hence the project envisions to reduce the poor sex ratio in the classrooms and supporting the little girls' Koreas to follow their dreams. We're truly delighted to have you, ma'am, and I would like to deliver the welcome address. Firstly, thank you for joining us today for the episode and everyone who has joined us today through the YouTube. Thank you for watching us. And now I would like to introduce you to the Lady Baazigar today, Niyati. So she's a dedicated, beautifully imaginative and ambitious learner. She's pursuing her B.Ed from SCERT currently under the Delhi government. She firmly believes in continuous teaching, learning process and construction of knowledge. She has been awarded with the International Youth Award 2022 for her continuous efforts towards community service and empowerment. She has been felicitated as Student of the Year Award by Maitreyi College, University of Delhi, and has been awarded a National Debate Champion Award. And she believes in keeping her spirits high at all times. That we can see from her lovely smile as well. Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing the event with your presence. Without further ado, I'm sure all of us are excited to hear from you. And I'm thrilled to be moderating the session today. We would love to hear more about your journey, ups and downs, and what keeps you driving, and what's the motivating factor towards teaching, as in particular. So, firstly, how are you? How are you looking forward to this episode today?
Thank you so much, Maitreyi, for beautifully introducing you, your organization, and introducing me as the guest speaker. Thank you so much. Okay, so beginning with, uh, it's my pleasure to hear what Sarkari School is doing and how beautifully they are making the greater impact with their little changes. So I believe the same that connection, trust, and understanding, these are the three greatest pillars if you want to make any change. And especially in the girl education field or as a education system as a whole.
Right, totally. So, let's start with your journey. So, tell us about your ups and downs and at what point you are today, what has the journey you have been through, and that must be really inspiring and motivating for all those young school going girls watching us today.
Sure. Okay. So let's start with the school itself, which is the basic foundation for any girl. So I did my schooling from DAV Public School, Kelashals, and my school journey initially was very tough due to my health issues, and but I slowly overcome them as, and I'll not say that I overcome only them physically, but also you have to overcome any situation or any difficulty mentally, emotionally, and socially as well. You have to strengthen yourself and the social fabric, which gets strengthened day by day as you overcome them. So after fifth, when I was in DAV, I tried to open up, like break the shell by active participation, and it did not happen by myself only. My teachers, my friends, my peer group, now I realized, when I recall the journey, they helped me through this, and my parents definitely, and my sister, so they helped me to break the shell. But when I'll say a thing. When you are a child, a middle school child, you undergo a lot of emotional stress, turmoil, and you have to keep your spirits at that stage also. Of course, it's easy to say now that I am keeping my spirits high because I've already encountered different psyches. But at their stage, it is very difficult. So at that point of time, their teachers and peers and their parents play a very important role. So after my schooling was done, uh, fr- like from 6th to 12th, I was in DAV only, and I passed out with a very good score of 90%. And then I got admission in Maitreyi College, Delhi University, which was all women's college, and I'm very fortunate that I got admission in a women's college, and my all stereotypes, all misunderstandings just faded away at the moment I got admission. It's not a beautiful college in terms of infrastructure, but in terms of all the opportunities and the pearls of experiences it gave. So, women's college, and especially Maitreyi, I'll talk about that only. And it provided me all opportunities in terms of my studies, social life, and societies which are there in Maitreyi. So, it provided me all the opportunities. And it is very important that college as a space creates an aura for you so that you get all the opportunities. So same Maitri did for me, that as college as a space, it created an aura for me, the teachers, and of course the friends. Trust me, the friends create more social space for you than any other person, and it really happens. Then after, in my all 3 years, I try to do something. Since in my active participation in all the 3 years, the constant thing is the national service scheme. I try to engage myself in social service by teaching the kids, and from there I developed my pinchan towards the teaching as well. So the linkage established from Maitreyi to SCRT. Then after, in third year, I got awarded as the student of the year. And my teacher called me, you must fill up this form for the student of the year for the works you did. So I just fill up the form, but unexpectedly I got recognized as the student of the year for the social service, for the research paper and research competency, which we'll talk about why it is important for the girls as well, since we hardly find any educators, strong educators and researchers in this field. And later I joined B.Ed division in SCRT. Right now I'm doing B.Ed in second year, and uh, fortunately I'm doing my school internship in an all girls school, SKV Andrewsganj only, where I got to see girls, observing them, what they are doing, why their health is important, why women's health, girls health, their expression of emotions is important. So right now I'm doing B.Ed from SCRT Delhi government, and doing my school internship, which is the part of my curriculum under B.Ed, and in an all girls school, Sarvodaya Kanya Vidya.
And that was really beautiful and heartwarming to hear. And moreover, the best part is like our project Korea is on lines of girls' education, and you're working in an all girls school. It's so closely to the very ground level. So what has the experience been teaching them, and do you feel there are any changes, or like are their spirits high? What perspective do they have towards society? Are they transgressing from a very conventional outlook that they have to just complete their studies and do household work and move further ahead.
Okay, very good question indeed and needs to be answered. Okay, so Maitri, are you there?
So sorry.
It's okay. So a very good question and must answer. So yes, definitely there are major changes, gross changes. So first I'll talk about the change which I saw in the classroom. I'll talk about the classroom since I go there daily. So the first is the learning styles. Now, each student, if I talk about each girl and each student has a different learning style. One student learn visually very better, one student has auditory style, or one student learns by doing things practically. They cannot just learn what is written in the books. So now in government schools and especially SKV, where I did do my internship, the learning styles are being addressed. It is not like that a teacher comes, writes on the blackboard, and the traditional chalk duster method does not work. They have to carry the teaching learning material, any teaching learning material, practically with them, so they can showcase, because you have to address all the learning styles all together. You have to keep every child in mind. Also, we are being trained at the ground level about the health issues, about the social issues of the girls, and we have various webinars being going on after we come from school, before our training period, post our training period also. There will be webinars and seminars organized and workshop about their health, and also about what mental, social, and emotional issues they go through, because of course they also at their own level they go through those issues, and it is very important to understand those issues. And one important thing is uh, education, information, and content on one hand, like whatever is written in books and content, but what is important is what skills you are giving to those girls. Because for the past 5 years, I'll say, skills are becoming very important, and what skills you are giving to your girl child, what skills you are giving to your girl students and girl kids, that is more important. What training you are giving to them, what awareness you are giving to them, that awakens their potential. So that is happening. I'll share one example. Last week, sign language week is being celebrated across all Delhi schools, and a group of girls presented very beautifully through the sign language medium how special assembly can be conducted. They conducted the special assembly whole week, singing Vande Mataram, Rashtragan, other activities only in sign language, and propelled other girls also to do the same. So it is very important to keep your girls updated also what's going on, and so that they can take up the unconventional roles as well. Special educators and like menstrual health awareness educators, these are not very popular, so they can take up their roles as well. So they, and teachers imitate them, so teachers are imitating the girls, so we conducted the 1 week assembly by using sign language only.
Well, that is really nice because what we need them to be educated and empowered as well. And there are many unconventional fields because India has a growing vast population. Then you talk about competition. So and like then the thing comes about awareness. Like the girls are aware about these fields also. They may be interested in it and they may do wonders in them. It's really nice that you're adopting that. A very unconventional medium of teaching, and because we need to revamp coming the new education policy another way. So you would must be the stakeholders as well as the change bearers in that. So kudos to you, and you're doing such a really great job. And I would also like to know, like, you were a student of biology.
Yes.
So biology has, many field. If we talk about like in corporate sector, we talk about, research. Like they work as research associates and they have good hefty amount salaries and all. So what made you, turn towards teaching? If you could, have a story behind that also.
Okay. So, I told my journey in Maitreyi in brief and how it linked to teaching. So, I basically told the story which linked my story in the journey in the Maitreyi to the teaching in SCRT. So, that's one thing. And another thing is, I firmly believe if you do not strengthen and do not enhance the quality of human resources available to you, then whether you make development in engineering, in technical fields, in medical, in other fields, it ultimately gets affected if the human resources are not good. So, we as educators get the chance to interact with multiple children, we get the chance to work in multiple fields, and we ourselves become multidimensional and multifaceted. So we try to enhance the quality of human resources available to us. And right now, the human resources available to me are the girls in my school, the internship I'm doing, and in future also I'll come across the same. So it strengthens the social fabric and in turn enhance the quality of our life. So I firmly believe whatever human resources at the budding level are available to you, it is very important to work for them. Personally, I believe this. There may be different views and opinions. Personally, I believe this. So I like to work for them and with them and learn teaching, learning with them. Be a co-sailor, basically. So you can learn continuously. Like recently, I learned some of the sign languages and also how inclusive classroom is important, especially for the girls and for our education system. How is it important? Not only in terms of disabilities, but also in terms of the background they belong to, the color, the place they are coming from. So it is very important. And as educator, you get to work with all of them.
Well, that's a very nuanced outlook to look towards it. And also, it's a very great incentive, or I would say, you're calling to, go towards teaching that, those tackling those human resources at the very budding stage, you shape their lives, you shape them. And it's just so nice that we need more teachers like you who are actually interested and actually motivated towards teaching, like this the new youth coming up. And because we in India we have those conventional career set, like teacher is not that thing we usually say ki, I want to be a teacher. So what are you going to pursue your masters like after your B.Ed or directly to school teaching and all?
Okay, so I'll be pursuing my first, I'll be doing working in the school as well, and side by side, I'll be pursuing my master's as well since it's allowed. So, definitely, it's very important that you keep on working because you remain in touch at the ground level also. You know what's going on, what's happening, and you know where the changes are needed, at least. And at practical level, it is very important to work. So, behind every policy there is a story, right? So
Right.
you if you work in a school, you get to know where the changes are needed, why they are needed, why if we need to change the curriculum, we have a reason why, because students are not understanding or they are being overburdened. Why do we need to change the syllabus or our learning style? So it is very important that you keep on teaching and working. Yes.
So, what are the challenges that you encounter when you go there and teach those girls? Like, how many girls are actually, want to be, empowered, know the importance of being self-dependent, and yeah, are there any challenges, in the mindset and attitude? Because we are being raised in a patriarchal society from the childhood, and we have seen our mothers doing household chores. So there is that manufactured choice and that mindset comes with you. So have you encountered that in your classroom?
Yes, definitely. Since it's been, oh, in my first year, we went 2 times, so it's been 2 months if I sum up.
Yeah.
Uh, right, working in the government school in my internship. So, yes, perspective change is the biggest problem which you can face. And in that perspective change, there are layers which the problems comes. So first is the problem does not come like it will be very big, like we do not want to change. It will come in layers, and you have to make meaning out of that. What are the problems coming? And by that I mean, they may be drawing something else when we talk them. Draw this profession or this profession. First example. Second example, they may not come to the school itself. The enrollment ratio is very, very less. First, the enrollment should increase, then only the empowerment, the envisioning, these comes afterwards. So you have to give them a reason to come to the school, to attend your school. And as a teacher, I feel if you do not create an open space for your children to become approachable, then as a teacher, you are doing nothing because content delivery comes after this. First, the rapport building should be there. First, the space should be there that you are open and you are approachable. Your kids can approach to you for their problems. And I've seen this as a major challenge. Many teachers and only few teachers are there who are ready to open up, and this depends from school to school and from person to person as well. But in turn, the space at many places is not there. First, at the first place, they are not approachable, and if they are not approachable to the girls especially, then they cannot open up, then they cannot deal with the problems, and they only talk about the content. There's a difference between a teacher, a parent, and a tutor. As a teacher, your space, your duty is not to deliver your content or to finish the syllabus. Your duty is to create a space where they can build rapport with you and you can build a relationship with them. So that is the biggest challenge, and that can be tackled slowly.
You said it's very true that teacher should be a mentor as well. And moreover, like you're very young, and I feel like there would already be a very good rapport between you and the girls because they would see you like an elder sister. And it's right because the teachers, they should be open communication because sometimes girls are not able to say some things like something they felt uncomfortable about, or the problems are some household issues to their family, so they can communicate to the teacher, and maybe it may be the case that you can help her with them. So it's right that there's like they should feel that you're approachable and they should feel comfortable with you, and like you have that power, you have that influence, to motivate them and to guide them in a very right direction, and to to just have you know to have their back and say ki, okay, you're not alone, it's fine, it's totally okay, it happens. So it's really nice. Moreover, I would like to know that what do you feel can be incorporated, or we can say can be done to create a more engaging environment and an enabling environment for girls education, like so that they are they are eager to come to classes, and they really want to be independent, and also what's that barrier and how can we tackle it, or like because you are in the teaching profession, so your answer would be can revolve around that only, how teachers can play a role in that.
Okay. So, uh, as I, in continuation with my last answer, as I said, making the space, open spaces, it is important. Secondly, uh, it is very important to understand your students and the reason why and what they are doing. Basic example, I will take a very basic example and not a very high fi. If they're not doing their homework and they're repeating it again and again, do the research why they are not doing it. Talk to them. Do not talk to them openly, please. It is very important. Talk to them privately and try to find the reason why they are not doing. Then only you can create an enabling environment. Talking about the engagement only comes when you understand them, you connect with them, you trust them
Yeah.
as they trust you. First, you have to trust them. Why should they trust you always? You have to trust your students, then only they can trust you. You are the teacher, you are responsible for their any work. So you should trust them. Then the second, like it's two-way, just like the communication. So you have to trust them. And then talking about the engagement that is happening, that I can say that is happening. I talk to my fellow batchmates and other teachers. So engagement is definitely happening since we are moving towards from the rote methods to the constructivism approach that talks about creating things. So that's valid not only for my subject, science and biology, but for any other subject. Like if my fellow teacher is a fellow batchmate is teaching judiciary to them, they'll try to engage them in a healthy debate, so they come up with ideas. So that is happening from the first class till 12th. So engaging environment is there. More effort is needed to create an enabling environment.
Well, I'm sure that will all of us will keep that in mind, and like we'll actually we are also involved in research and advocacy. So we often take in the ideas. We are working towards being a full-fledged think tank. So because we need some policy changes if there are problems on ground, of course. So we'll try to incorporate that your precious piece in our research as well. Moreover, what would you like to say as parting remarks to those young girls, the school-going little goodies? Yeah.
Maitri, as you said, yours focus is on research and advocacy as well, and soon you will be going to become a think tank, right? And a healthy think tank and a productive one. So I'll definitely say to them that research culture at a very big level comes later. What is needed is, if you are a teacher, if you are a person, or even if you are a parent, try to do small researches. Try to do small, what we call in our teaching language, action research. Try to do those action researches at a smaller level. Like try to find reasons why a particular action is being happened with your child or with your girl child. Why is it happening? Why they are not listening to you? Why they are not washing their hands? If they are not washing, if I talk about those health and sanitation practices, try to do those small researches that will help you to give you the bigger picture. So that is very important if we are in the research field. And at the my last note is that only please be open minded to any change and not be rigid. It is not at all good to rigid in our age and in the modern times as well. And also please listen to them, and please listen to those, and also your continuous development is as important as the physical development. Your continuous cognitive or mental development is very important for your growth. So keep doing them, keep yourself updated before you enter any classroom, any office, any corporate. Yes.
Surely we will keep that in mind, and I have taken note of it. Thank you so much for your views. And lastly, just a very crisp feedback on our series, on our Lady Baazigar series, and how can we, improve it, or what did you like about it? Yeah.
Okay. So I about to give the feedback, and it is very important that I do give the feedback that all the series I watched them on YouTube, and the Lady Basiker and who I talked to, that one also. So all allow the person and the viewers, what the and the participants also, to grow a person fearlessly and encourage them to express themselves. Not only it is not that like I am speaking and I am expressing myself, to the viewers and listeners as well. to come up and encourage them to grow fearlessly and express themselves. So it is a very good initiative. Kudos to you and all the best in future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was truly delightful to hear from you and to have with us today. Now I would like to deliver the welcome address. Thank you so much, everyone, and especially to Niyati, who spared her time for her busy schedule. And thank you so much, ma'am. It was awe-inspiring. Before winding up, it's an absolute delight to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee and to Abhishek Ranjan sir for the technological support, team leads, and fellow volunteers for coordinating the event. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
ma'am. All the luck to your future endeavors.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye to all.